This is your weather briefing video for this Sunday, August 31st, 2025. I'm meteorologist Bill Murray. Hard to believe that it is the unofficial end of summer, Labor Day weekend. We're going to say goodbye to August, hello to September, and meteorological fall starting tomorrow. Labor Day coming as early as it can possibly come on Monday. This is the satellite and radar across Alabama today, showing some high cloudiness over the Tennessee Valley and that northwesterly flow. Got some high cloudiness back to the west over the Mississippi Delta. Also a few light showers showing up, a few sprinkles being shaken out there. A little disturbance moving through the flow. Easterly flow there over southern Georgia. You see some showers showing up on the radar in southern Georgia there south of Valdosta and Waycross, but most of Alabama very tranquil on this Sunday morning. Temperatures just before 7 a.m. look like this, upper 50s across the northwestern part of the state. We've got lower and middle 60s across most of central Alabama, with middle and upper 60s over the southern part of the state. 70s are limited to coastal sections there in Mobile and Baldwin counties. Dew points, quite a range across the state. At this hour, from 51 at Hamilton to 70 at Gulf Shores. So you could drive along US 43 there, the western part of the state, and go from quite comfortable to quite muggy as you went from northwest Alabama to Mobile for sure. Drew McCombs prepared these really cool graphics of the observed highs for four of our major locations in Alabama, our climate reporting stations. Huntsville, generally near to below normal temperatures for most of the month. You see them in the blue and grays there. The warmer than normal days showing up in orange, including that 100-degree day on the 18th. But you can see Huntsville was generally slightly cooler than normal. That was sort of mimicked at Birmingham also. That same period, Birmingham was warmer than normal with a 100-degree reading on the 20th, but again, a fairly comfortable month. I'll go back and look at what the departure from normal was a little bit later this morning. Montgomery only had one day, probably maybe two. I'm not sure that calculation on the first is right there, but most of the month was cooler than normal, and you remember most of the month was wet and cloudy at Montgomery, so that's not to be unexpected. Mobile, more of the same in our port city, only 4 days with warmer than normal conditions by our definition here. The rest of the month, cooler or near normal. The alerts across the nation dominated by flash flood watches, southeastern New Mexico, up into the Oklahoma-Texas panhandles, back into the hill country of Texas today. We'll see that in just a minute. We've got some heat advisories out west, active weather along that long frontal system from the central and northern plains back into the southern plains. We've got active storms this morning southeast of Dallas. We've got convective activity in southeastern New Mexico, also in the western Gulf there northwest of Tampa, but nothing going on tropically. We do watch fronts like this one that's lying over the northern Gulf this time of year, but nothing expected to develop at this point. In that area, we'll see what the National Hurricane Center is watching in just a minute. The day 1 through 3 severe weather outlook's about as quiet as you ever get, with no outlooked areas across the 48 contiguous states today, tomorrow, or Monday, according to the Storm Prediction Center. The Weather Prediction Center has the following areas in yellow and a slight risk for excessive rainfall today. Of that flash flood risk includes areas like Omaha, Dallas, Houston, back into El Paso, and southwestern New Mexico. The Florida Peninsula in a marginal risk, including Tampa and Miami. Now, in the day 2 period, we have several areas that have a marginal risk, including North Alabama. Not really expecting any significant flooding, but we will see moisture returning to our state as we get into the week ahead. Now, the National Hurricane Center is tracking a wave that is moving south of the Cape Verde Islands over the next couple of days. That system will track to the west, possibly becoming a tropical cyclone, tropical depression, or a tropical storm, but it is expected to turn to the north and eventually recurve harmlessly out to sea as we continue in an amazingly quiet hurricane season. That appears that it will continue until mid-month, at least. Now, that could change at any time. I caution, and here's the reason: this big trough over the eastern United States is going to continue to steer anything out to sea. It is going to deflect any systems that approach the United States, and we'll take that. But this trough will send us some disturbances. We're going to get a little bit of a return flow into a low-level return flow into Alabama, bringing us back some moisture. And but as a couple of disturbances come our way, frontal system by the weekend, we'll see increasing rain chances here in our state. Over the next 48 hours, we do have this convergence zone over the north central part of the state here in the I-20 corridor. We'll see a few showers develop today. Rain chances are going to be low, 10-15%. Coverage will be low, spotty. Rainfall amounts will be very, very light, if any. Now, we get a little bit of an easterly wedge setting up late tonight into early Monday morning. That's a persistent feature we've seen with the pattern we're in. That could, possibly squeeze out a few sprinkles over northeast Alabama during the early morning hours on Monday. Don't be surprised if you see those. Cloudiness will be heavier over the northern half of the state, as you see there, and that could continue. But to begin to break up, we'll begin to see increasing sunshine by late morning, and I think we'll see more in the way of showers and possibly a few thunderstorms during the day on Monday. Rainfall amounts are going to be, generally spotty and light again, but rain coverage could increase to about 20 to 30%, maybe 40% over the northern third of the state here on Monday. Those showers die out Monday evening. They could persist until about 9 o'clock, but they'll gradually go away. Can't rule out a rogue shower through the overnight hours and into Tuesday morning. Now, you got that boundary over the Gulf. It kind of meanders back and forth, but stays to our south. We've got an approaching disturbance as that trough over the Midwest, begins to sort of dig in. We get disturbances that come our way. With increasing moisture, we see better chances for rain on Tuesday. The GFS picking up on that. We could see, some heavier rain, thunderstorms returning to northwestern sections of Alabama Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening. We'll watch for that. Those showers drift down into north Alabama Tuesday night. Wednesday, we see sort of a repeat performance of that down into north central Alabama, I-59, I-20 corridors. We'll see increased shower and thunderstorm chances. Don't expect them to be strong, but there could be a couple of heavier thunderstorms in that mix. Nothing severe, we don't think. Thursday, that first boundary is perhaps down into south central Alabama, watching another stronger cold front to the north. Thursday looks like, as we go through time, maybe a few more showers developing over north Alabama. Maybe the central part of the state gets a little respite. We'll see how that basically unfolds. But another disturbance, second front coming in Friday, maybe a little increase in showers and thunderstorms Friday night into Saturday morning. That front is south of into South Alabama by Saturday evening, where the better rain chances will be. And it looks like then we could get into a drier period for Sunday. The 7-day QPF, the quantitative precipitation forecast, not very impressive. Best rain chances over North Alabama, generally between 1/2 and 1.5 inches. The southern half of Alabama just not getting much at all. The 7-day forecast looks like very low rain chances today over the northern half of the state. 30 to 40% rain chances with those disturbances and boundaries through Wednesday, then our rain chances begin to dry up Thursday, Friday, and Saturday as drier air filters into the northern part of Alabama, and temperatures back off just a bit. We're going to continue to be generally slightly below normal to significantly below normal by the end of the week. Temperatures will be back in the 50s by Thursday night and Friday night, which is quite nice for early September. And for South Alabama, not as impressive in the temperature department, but still better than normal for this time of year. Rain chances in the 20 to 30% range through midweek, and backing off just a bit as some drier air filters in. High temperature is going to be in the middle and upper 80s. Overnight lows will be in the middle 60s. Well, I'll have a complete set of notes on the block here in just a few minutes, and we'll have updates throughout the day right here on the all-new Alabama Weather Network. Thank you for joining us over there. Thank you for joining us on social media, and I'm just really glad to be a part of this team here, and glad that you are joining us and being part of our community on AWN.